Greetings once again, friends, and live from Retro Central. My name is Peter, and it's time once again for another updates video for the month of September/October 2015. I like to shoot these videos either at the end of a month or the beginning of a month to let you know what I'm working on in terms of video and written content, as well as to talk about some games that have added to my collection recently. Let's talk about the updates part first. Those of you who don't know, I'm working in video game retail once again after school didn't work out. So I'm getting used to the rigors of working in video game retail. It's certainly a lot different. The schedule is different. Being on your feet for 6, 7, 8, 9 hours at a time is certainly a lot different, especially once you get over 40, it tends to be somewhat painful. And trying to budget my free time and trying to do all the things that I want to do in that free time allotted is a little bit of a challenge at first because you're just not used to having the free time limited. So video production has not suffered at all, and I'm very grateful for that. I've still managed to produce one new consolation video every week since I've started working in this new job. And that will continue for the foreseeable future. I don't see that changing. No matter how busy the schedule gets, shooting these videos takes anywhere between 15 to 30 minutes to do, with another 15 to 30 minutes to get it uploaded and ready to go on YouTube. So video will continue unabated. It's been a little tough, granted, especially with this knee injury that I suffered. Trying to sit in this chair and not grimace in pain while I'm trying to get my knee in just the right position was a little bit difficult, but the knee injury is slowly but surely resolving itself, and I'm feeling closer to 100% with every passing day. So that's certainly good news. The better news is that not only are you going to consistently get one new consolation episode a week, but you may be getting extra content thanks to the new PlayStation 4 firmware update and the addition of YouTube as a streaming possibility. That means that not only will you see streams on the YouTube channel, but you'll also see archived streams in footage from PS4 games, mostly pinball games and arcade archives games. Games like Mat Mania, Karate Champ, Moon Cresta, what else do I have? Gradius, and Double Dragon. And I'll try and get more games as I possibly can. Unfortunately, the arcade archives games are $8 a piece, so they are a little bit on the expensive side. But slowly but surely, I'm hoping to add a lot of these to my library so I can stream and talk about arcades with all of you. So, video, not a problem. Written, on the other hand, has been a little bit of an issue. I've struggled with trying to be productive in terms of written content, and I'm trying to get that fixed. The next piece that I'll be working on is going to be for Retroware. It will be published in early October. After Retro World Expo, and my main goal is to try and produce at least one new piece of written content for Retroware every month. The stretch goal is 2 pieces, but right now I just want to do one consistently every month. Written content on Retroware is very important. We're bringing on new contributors to add even more voices to the site. But I really want to get more done on the written aspect of it. And the fact that I can attach videos along with the written pieces makes it even more enticing. It's just a matter of getting the time and the structure set. So I'm working on that. So Retroware will be the site of my next written piece, which will be in early October, sometime after Retro World Expo. I'm also still writing for HitThePass.com. I know I haven't since my last piece about the EA Sports Bio program. I do have the next piece in mind. I just have to put pen to paper. I'm going to be talking a bit about presentation in sports games and why I think it matters. And I'm hoping to get that done by the middle of October. Get that submitted so that they can attach some images and get it run. So those are my next written pieces. And then ideally I'd like to do one Retroware and one Hit the Pass piece a month. That's what my goal is. We'll see if I can get there. It may be a little bit difficult because holidays working in retail tend to be crazy, but that's why goals are there, are things to shoot for, not things that I have to do, but things that I want to do. So we'll see how that goes. So that's the video and the written side of it. One last thing in terms of the updates piece, and I swear this is the last time I'll talk about it until after the show. Retro World Expo is October 3rd, which is this Saturday at the Oakdale Theater in Wallingford, Connecticut. Obviously, I'm ridiculously, far beyond excited for this show. Been waiting for it for months and months. Very, very excited to be meeting a lot of members of the RetroWare family, as well as some very prominent YouTube personalities that I've been a fan of for a long time. Folks like Norm the Gaming Historian, the Game Chasers, Alpha Omega Sin, who I just found out today is bringing Happy Console Gamer with him, which I'm very excited about. John D. and Lance from their video game years are going to be there. Joey Rudicina is going to be there. It's just going to be insane in terms of the number of people, prominent people who I admire and who have inspired me. Getting a chance to meet all those people is just, it still blows my mind just thinking about it. I'm very excited about it. In addition, this is going to be the first panel that I'm ever going to be a part of. I'm going to be part of the RetroWare panel at 3 o'clock on Saturday afternoon as we combine RetroWare and the video game years into one panel. So that should be very exciting. And then the event starts at 10 in the morning. That's when the doors are going to open and all of the booths are going to open. And then those run until 8:30. At 8:30, then we turn the spotlight on the musicians that are going to be at the show. We have 3 really great musical acts that are going to be there. The World is Square, Epic Game Music. James Ronald is a fantastic guy. And On Being Human. Those are the 3 that are going to be playing sets, and we're looking forward to seeing them at the show. So Saturday, October 3rd, Oakdale Theater, $25 if you haven't bought your tickets yet. You can visit RetroWorldExpo.com to find out more information in terms of schedules, or you can visit Consolation.com, which is my website. I just wrote a really cool primer talking about ways that you can prepare for the event if you're making the trip and what you should bring with you. So Saturday, October 3rd, $25, RetroWorldExpo.com or Consolation.com. That's the last I'll mention of it until after the show when I gush about how much fun it was. Whew. Okay, I'll catch my breath here and we will talk about gaming pickups. Now, I haven't got a lot of stuff to show in this particular video. What I've been doing a lot this month in terms of game pickups has been more recent Generation 7 and 8 pickups. Madden 16 and NHL 16 for the PS4, as well as Diablo 3, which I'm really having fun with. And then on the Xbox 360, because games are so cheap, I've been adding games pretty consistently, including Tales of Vesperia, which I have not played. And I still haven't had a chance to play it to this day, but it's nice to get some role-playing games at a decent price. If you're looking to collect games for the Xbox 360, honestly, now is the time to do it, because a lot of the games are coming down in price. As long as the discs are in good shape, you can have a system that will last you for a considerable amount of time. One game that I picked up on the side during this month that's not for the Xbox 360 or the PlayStation 4 is Star Wars Battlefront 2 for the PS2. Now I have both Battlefront games, although I'm not really sold on the PlayStation 4 version of Battlefront. I'll have to take a wait-and-see attitude on that one, but it's nice to have the 2 Battlefront games for the PS2 because I didn't really play them much during their heyday. In addition, some other PlayStation 2 games that I picked up of note. This is FIFA Street right here, which I'm kind of regretting because reviews on the game, turns out, were not so good. Plus, I'm not the biggest soccer fan, but I got a good deal on this, so I ran with it. This is Resident Evil Codename Veronica, or Code Veronica X. I don't really play a lot of Resident Evil games, but recently I've been adding more Resident Evil games to my retro library. Games like Resident Evil Survivor, Resident Evil 3 Nemesis, Resident Evil 4 for the PS2. So when I saw this for cheap, especially complete, I figured I would just go ahead and grab it. And at some point I will play through all of these and I'll understand why everyone is into these games. But right now, I'm just kind of loading up on them when I find them cheaply. And finally on the PlayStation 2 front, Mafia. Not Mafia 2, which is the better game, but Mafia. And the reason I picked this up is because I liked Mafia 2 so much. I figured I would see what the first game was like. Unfortunately, the PlayStation 2 version is flawed, has a lot of loading time, has some texture issues. If I had a better PC, I probably would have been better off getting this for PC, but it is what it is. And I do like the open world aspect when it comes to Mafia and gangster games. Games like this, The Godfather, And even The Sopranos, Road to Respect, which a lot of people didn't really like too much. I actually enjoyed playing that game. I beat that back in 2011, and I still have it in my library. I don't know. I guess I'm a sucker for gangster games more than I am for open world, but we'll see. But those are the PS2 games that I picked up. One other public service announcement is that if your GameStop has PS2 memory cards in its back room, you should ask. Because if they do, the memory cards are just $1.75 a piece. And that doesn't include your 10% discount if you have the Power Up Rewards Pro card. If you're a PS2 collector, memory cards are essential, and you can never have too many. This probably makes now 20 memory cards that I have, but I also have 750-something PS2 games, so I need more memory cards. I'll probably get more down the road as my local store still has 2 bags worth that I didn't buy, but $1.75 for a memory card, you can't top it. And I know there's a lot of GameStop hate out there, but this you can't hate them for. Go grab those memory cards while they're cheap. I'm happy to report that I visited my friend Dave and Diego down at Game Depot in Holyoke, Mass. yesterday. And of course I walked out of there with some stuff because even though I'm going to Retro World Expo in a few days, I couldn't help but give these guys a little bit of money. For example, Stinger for the NES, which I had not played and I had always had an interest in, but just couldn't pull the trigger on. I got a good price on this, and I figured I would buy it. I just played it for the first time today, and I'm really enjoying it. It seems, I'm guessing, that it's like Twinbee, which I haven't really played too much except for on Game Room for the Xbox 360. But still, it's a fun shooter while it lasts. And it's certainly cute. I still need to learn what some of the symbols on the ground mean when you bomb them, what it means when you pick them up. Unfortunately, there was no manual for this, so I've got to look it up online. But I got a good price for it. And again, it's another Konami game. And Konami and the NES are like peanut butter and chocolate. They just go great together. Then I got 3 Super Nintendo games to wrap this up. The first one is Arkanoid, Do It Again. Being the arcade nut that I am, getting an arcade game on the SNES, I just kind of had to do it. Doesn't seem to be much different than having the coin-op. The sound may be a little bit more on the bassy side, so I don't mind that. There's no music that plays, which is a little weird. I thought there would be for some reason, but there isn't. But it still plays like Arkanoid, sounds like Arkanoid, looks like Arkanoid. And if it's all those things, then obviously it's Arkanoid. And I got this for less than $10, so... This here is Tecmo Super Bowl 3, the final edition. I don't like this one as much as I like the original Tecmo Super Bowl for the SNES, but this still is very playable. A little bit more in terms of complex for the football fan out there in terms of defensive formations and such, but still very much a Tecmo Super Bowl game at its heart. Very easy to play, no penalties, and if you pick the right team, you can really run up the score. So Tecmo Super Bowl 3, again, I got this for less than $10 as well. And last but not least, and I'm looking at you, Joey Rudisena, for this, because I watched your 16-bit Gems video on ActRaiser 2, and you didn't poo-poo it. You actually made some good points about the game, and I promised myself that if I ever saw it for a good price that I would buy it. And lo and behold, Dave and Diego came through with a price on this that was significantly less than $20, and I said yes, and I'm glad that I have it in my library. No, it's not as good as the original ActRaiser. Yes, I missed the city building parts of the game, but the game is still very beautiful to look at. The soundtrack is still classic Yuzo Koshiro, fantastic. And the game's challenging, and hopefully as I play it more, I'll learn the ins and outs of the gameplay, such as the double jump and the gliding and such, to eventually beat the game like I have its predecessor. So ActRaiser 2, again, thanks to Game Depot for being so awesome and setting me up, really hooking me up with good deals and all this stuff. So those are the recent pickups, those are the updates, and that's it for this month's updates video. I hope that you enjoyed it. Again, thank you very much to the subscribers and all of you for checking it out. I really do appreciate it. And until the next video, my friends, and hopefully I'll see you at Retro World Expo this weekend. Take care.